Isaiah Hill, four-star center, 6'10", 190-pound big man in the class of 2027. So we're getting out ahead of this one a little bit. Actually is from Indiana kid right now, plays with the Indy Heat. So good player, exciting guy with big upside that I think is still a long ways away from where his recruiting, I don't know, rankings wise could end up here. 42nd ranked player in the country per Rivals and On 3, 48th rated player in the country per 24/7. But again, I feel like this is one that could change in a good way for him as time goes on. Isaiah Hill gave an interview with On 3 and Rivals, Jamie Shaw, this week and was talking about his early recruitment. He mentioned that Purdue and Indiana, both of the in-state schools, are really prioritizing him early. And then Louisville and Syracuse are two other options that have been actively recruiting him. So this could shape up to be an in-state battle, maybe one of the first in the Darren DeVries era between Matt Painter and Darren DeVries, but certainly a player who is capable caliber-wise of going anywhere in the country and making an impact as the interest from both Louisville and Syracuse shows. We haven't talked about Isaiah Hill on the channel before, as far as I know. So let's just start with the general breakdown here. What can you tell me about Isaiah Hill's game?
I mean, obviously, the height, the length, he makes him a shot blocker and a lob threat. And also, in some of the stuff I saw during EYBL, he did show the ability to stretch the floor a little bit as well. He has no qualms about, I think, taking a three-point shot every now and then. And I don't think that it's necessarily broken by any means. I think he can get more consistent, but I do think he is a threat from out there. We do a lot of recruits that like talk about like players that they watch growing up, right? Or like players that they have gone through growing up. Um, I think I know who Isaiah Hill was watching. And it could have been with the Indy Heat. It could have just been in the Big Ten in general. Um, this kid is Marcus Bingham. Now, this is Marcus Bingham out of high school.
Oh, God.
It can go differently. It can go differently. Because if you keep Marcus Bingham out of Fieldhouse, I think he's a different player. So I think there's similarities between the two players.
Oh,
I think the shot
God.
blocker, I think it's a lob threat, and a person who shows the ability to at least step out and hit a three now and then.
Oh, God. So I thought you were going to directly speak to the quote he gave here, but he told Jamie Shaw who he watches. It's not Marcus Bingham. Do you know
Who,
who he said?
who is it, Khalil Ware?
No. These
Who?
are, it's the first time I've heard any of these names mentioned from a player, or specifically, I guess, a post player. But first time I've ever heard any of these three names mentioned is, yeah, I watched those guys.
Oh, I need it. Who?
LaMarcus Aldridge,
Damn, I love this kid.
Tim Duncan, and Derek Lively.
Wow.
Yeah, so congrats to Purdue on landing Isaiah Hill. This kid is wired mentally like TKR, if that's who he's watching.
You think so?
Yep.
So
Am I wrong? Like that, a kid in the year of our Lord 2025 says, "Yeah, I'm watching LaMarcus Aldridge."
so he's Marcus Bingham with TKR's mind.
Honestly, maybe would have became an All-American.
Yeah, which I think could be good.
Could be really, really good. Of those three players that he said he watches, Aldridge, Duncan, Lively, which one do you think is most applicable to Isaiah Hill's game? Because Marcus Bingham is nothing like any of those three.
Most applicable to Lively. Um,
Just the shot blocking.
yeah, I just don't think that he has the offensive bag that Duncan and LaMarcus Aldridge possess.
I mean, the shooting is definitely potentially there here, though.
Yeah,
Like,
shooting definitely potentially, which is why like I'm not though I feel incredible about the Marcus Bingham comp.
yeah. Okay. I
And
don't, because I
I
think
know
that's really disrespectful.
I know it got skewed because of his time in Michigan State, right? And how that went. But like it get into the archives bag of Marcus Bingham in high school, it looked a lot like this.
Yeah, I'd rather you give him like Deontay Davis if we're gonna do that, or like I don't know, like there's.
Not Deontay Davis was a McDonald's All-American.
I think this kid could end up that
Mm,
top 50 kid right now. I think he's more like top 30 and gonna keep rising.
you
I really
think?
do. Yeah, I mean, I look. Here's my scout, and this is one of those rare ones. I feel like you and I have different scouts on. Normally we watch the film and we agree, but I just think the shot blocking stuff gives this kid such a high floor. And when you mix in the other stuff offensively, which is clearly like being added, the upside takes an enormous jump. But to me, right now, he's ranked in the top 50, 40, what they have him, 41st, 42nd, entirely because of his shot blocking. He was top five shot blocker in EYBL, averaged 3.5 blocks a game. Like, you watch the film on it. Number one, he's big, has the length, but number two, he really has like the brain for blocking shots. And I feel like this is something you and I have talked about a little bit. A lot of it is like anticipation.
Hmm.
Like you can have all the athletic gifts in the world and not be a good rim protector because something just doesn't click on how to do it. And this kid like has the shit you can't teach as a sophomore in high school that's already 6'10", 190. Imagine what it's going to look like when he does put more strength on. And as I talk through this, now I am understanding why you're making the biggest Bingham comp, because I remember we said this too about him coming out of high school. But I don't know. I just think this kid plays, for lack of a better word, a lot more thoughtful basketball than Marcus Bingham ever did.
That could
Like,
be facts.
it's pretty clear to me this kid is high IQ, and that's the thing I love about him. And I think that's reflected in him saying, like, these are the guys I'm watching, and it's very thoughtful basketball players in Aldridge and Tim Duncan. So I feel like this is one truly where just from the little I've read about him and how he talks, like I do think Purdue's going to be hard to beat here because I just think culturally this is a personality fit. I mean, how many times have we heard about Painter and his personality tests? Like everything this kid says is about like winning and humility, and I don't know. I can't really see Darren DeVries swooping in and stealing him with any sort of Indiana pitch here. For what it's worth, right now Isaiah Hill says flat out Purdue is the school I hear the most from. So he hasn't been on any visits, but I would assume Purdue's automatically getting one, and Indiana probably will too. But at minimum, the Purdue staff has jumped out in front of this one from an effort standpoint.
Yeah. And, I think too, like, Hill's development class of 2027, he does have, what I'm saying, he's going to be a junior. Does that make him a junior in high school next year?
He's going into junior year, 2 more
Going
years.
into his junior year, plays for Pike, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is actually coached by Jeff Teague, because that is Jeff Teague's high school, and I believe he is the head coach there now. So I think he'll have the right pieces, the right
Wait,
people.
Jeff Teague is a head coach?
Yeah, I believe
Like
so.
Jeff Teague from the podcast, Jeff Teague
Yeah,
is a high school basketball head coach.
yeah,
That's getting a Google from me.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's at. Yeah, I know for sure he went to Pike, and I'm pretty sure he's a high school basketball coach there currently.
Is currently the head coach of Pike High School boys basketball team in Indianapolis.
Yep. So I like the pieces around him.
Dude, imagine being a high school basketball player playing for Jeff Teague as he does the podcast right now.
Dude, it's amazing because he actually talks about like his players. He's like, yeah, I'll be telling that. I tell him straight up, you suck. You need to be better. So like I like that. I think that type of like foot up ass, I think would push a player to make sure Isaiah Hill's doing the right things. I'd also like to know where he got the dumbbells to stand with when he weighed himself. That boy ain't never been 190 in his life.
Yeah, sure, maybe. We'll see. This that makes this interesting now that I'm
Oh,
thinking
you
about
you didn't
this.
you needed that tidbit?
Well, in my head, nothing about Jeff Teague matches with what I'm talking about Isaiah Hill having mentally, like it being a good personality fit at Purdue. So
Uh,
I'm kind of like that's making me a little like, maybe I'm misreading the situation. But I don't know
Teague
if you
So Teague was an Indiana guy. Like he wanted to be a Hoosier.
know T well, I don't know that side of it. Maybe you're right. Teague, there's a story that Teague was gonna commit to Purdue during his junior year of high school.
Real? Oh, I don't know. I might have missed that.
Yeah, this was a story that went viral on his pod, I want to say last year. I just Googled it just to make sure. But he committed to Purdue. This is how Jeff himself told the story. He was going to be literally in the class with Hummel. It was going to be Robbie Hummel, Jawan Johnson, Etwan Moore, and Jeff Teague. And the way Teague tells the story, he says, I committed. They were like, you don't have an offer.
You don't have enough.
Like literally, Jeff Teague tried to commit to Purdue, and Painter was just like, you can't."
You can't. That's hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
That's funny as hell.
But so I don't know, where does that, like, did Jeff Teague's brain flip on that? Like, is he still pro Matt Painter? Is he pro Purdue after that? I don't know.
I think he is. I think he respects Purdue.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if
think
he
he
wanted to
respects
go
him.
there as a high schooler, then you would think so.
Yeah, true. He respects him.
Can you imagine if Jeff Teague was in that recruiting class, by the way?
What class would that have been?
The Hummel one.
He would have been a baby
Were you,
boiler.
do you just not listen to me? I literally just said all these words 5 seconds ago. Hummel,
Uh,
Etwan, Jawan.
Sorry. There's a Michigan punishment laid down.
Oh, what happened?
I did I didn't wow.
You
So
know
not
what?
only was
Let's
I
wrap the video so that you.
not only was I distracted by that and I didn't hear that, I also don't even know the punishment. This is bad, bad potting by Carter Elliott, and I will be better.